everybody. We're going to change our YouTube videos very soon and do a lot more YouTube videos. So we're just moving into another room and having a specified space in order for me to do this. But I just wanted to update you today, following quite a traumatic week last week. We've updated you on Will, we've updated you on Bella, we've updated you on a mule that we bought in from Marrakesh. The veterinarian is here this morning and he's doing, I think, 4 or 5 more castrations. We've had little Poitou donkey in and we're going to have him castrated as well because he's very interested in the females. First of all, I want to, again, thank everyone who has supported us over the years, because we wouldn't have reached this position if it hadn't have been for you. You've not only helped us to feed and give medical attention to the animals, but more importantly, you've helped us to build. And I'll come back to that in a moment. There are just a few names I'd like to mention, and I will mention more later, so don't feel excluded if I haven't mentioned you. The Holworth family in the west coast of America have always been hugely supportive, as has John Sanchez, who is also in the States. We have ongoing and unbelievable support from the writer Alex McIldes, who is now on to his 3rd novel, the first 2 bestsellers, and I recommend everyone reads them. Those are just the 3 for now that I just want to mention, because without them we wouldn't be here where we are. And because we are here, that of course poses other problems. You will see from a post that we did this morning that we're in the process of trying to bring a donkey down from Casablanca who was really just attacked and fed to wild dogs by a bunch of criminals in Casablanca. I haven't been able to put the photographs up. They'd be far too distressing. And I will update everyone when and if he arrives, and we're doing everything we can. We've also had support from some wonderful people in London who brought young puppy to us recently and brought here for us to find a home, because as you know, we don't take dogs here. But you may have seen little Holly on my videos from time to time. She turned out to be a sloggy, and actually we are going to keep her because she's turned out to be a rat catcher. So they've offered to help with legal fees, because I really think that this attack on the donkey is so serious that if we can find the people who perpetrated it, we will go to court. We have to sometime. Of course, those of us that have done reasonably well and grown attract a lot of negative attention as well. And I want to make it very clear to everybody that in this country, we personally have the utmost faith in His Majesty King Mohammed VI, who loves horses, loves animals, and his brother particularly, and other members of the royal family. And then we haven't had any aggravation at all from the government, and we have now realised that we have to every month send the government a copy of all the money that we have brought into Morocco. And on honour, we state it has come from a reliable source. So, of course, as you know, all donations that are made to us are made to the Jardier Mule and Donkey Trust in the UK, which is a charity set up, which then sends the money over to the association in Morocco. Apparently, we're not supposed to in Morocco. I was told ask for donations, but I spent a whole night checking the Moroccan law, and I think the situation is that we can bring monies in from abroad if we're registered as an association here. If we're going to have a fundraising event in Morocco, we have to have a special license. And of course, as you know, we will always do everything we can to comply with the law. We've always believed that openness, transparency and honesty is the best way forward. And as you know, and I always say, we're not on here begging for money. We let our supporters know what we're doing, why we're doing, and those who do contribute to this refuge feel involved. Of course, in all countries, and Morocco is no different. What the king may say or the government may say, by the time it trickles down to local authorities, there can be problems, but we've always been very fortunate here. We have a good gendarmerie, and on the whole, we've always got on well with the local authorities. But just lately, there is a new official who keeps coming round and has indicated to the boys, not to me directly, that we should stop building stables. Now, I'm not going to go into that because I'm not here to criticise those officials yet. But what we are going to do, I'm popping back to the UK for a few days to do my accounts in England. And when we get back, Ayub and Abdu will go to Rabat. We're going to lodge a couple of letters at the Palais Royal, both to go to the King and to go to the King's brother. And we will also lodge a letter at government level, because the reality is that if we have a refuge and we're taking the numbers of animals we do, they must be housed. We're constantly going to have to build stables. And what we do is we build them in such a way that they don't transform the countryside. They're very well built, they're quite low. We make sure they're well decorated and they blend with the countryside. They are all on our land and our boundaries are very clearly defined when we first bought the property. Of course, what we didn't do is we didn't build a hotel and other villas for tourists. Lo and behold, almost by accident, we have built the refuge. And we are quite determined that when Charles and I were in our 70s and 80s, when we go, it won't be that long, that we have people able to continue to maintain the refuge, and the refuge will always remain here in Morocco. The people who may inherit the land, because that's the way we can keep it safe if we own the land so that trustees can't sell it. Charles rents the land to the charity for 100 dirhams, about £10 a year, and that will continue. They are forbidden ever to sell it, and if they ever do, it must revert to the Moroccan government. So I hope that if things do escalate, and I very much hope they won't, that I will have your support. And I'll let you know very soon the outcome of today's surgery and some more news about the videos that we're going to do in the future. Bye for now.